Okay, the last lesson for today is going to be called parasitic draw. All right? What we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the negative side of the battery. We're going to hook our ammeter in line, right? When we do that, we will have all the current running through the meter. We never start the car. I repeat, we never start the car. We're looking for what's called parasitic draw. Parasitic draw is the siphoning of power out of the battery by electronic devices, right? So we're looking for it. Every car has a spec, and I will include that spec in the presentation that goes along with this video. So what you will do on your lab is you are going to hook this up and measure what you have, and then you're going to remove the ECM fuse. So you'll have to look at a wiring diagram for the ECM and locate the fuse that's for that that power supply to the ECM. And you'll see if it changes, if it goes away. I've had many cases where stuff has happened, right? In the lab, you're going to have a battery disconnect over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to hook your ammeter up, attached to both sides of that disconnect. Then you're going to turn the dial and disconnect it. Now you'll have your stuff. I don't have one of those disconnects. I do, but I can't find it. So in the field, this is how we would do it. Now, the good part about the battery disconnect is, let's say you have a relay that's staying engaged and that's causing the battery to get pulled down. If you disconnect the battery, the relay gets unpowered and it goes away. If we have a disconnect in there, we can drive the vehicle, bring it back, hook up our meter, open the dial. We never disconnect battery power. It stays continuous through our meter. All right, so that's the point of using a battery disconnect for this. We'd have to drive the car and then disconnect it. Right, so I'm going to pause this. I'm going to disconnect this, and I'm going to put us in line, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so the battery has been reconnected. You can see we go from that into the red lead, and we have the one connected to the battery. It's over like this.
And connects to the black lead.
Right? And now we have an amperage reading. Now watch what happens to the numbers. Figure out how to position this so you can see it. Hopefully this don't fall down. Watch what happens when I open the door. Right? See the amperage spike? That's because the lighting module lit up, woke up, and it's in play. Right? You'll see it drop down as soon as the dome lights turn off. All right? Now, there's still modules awake. You have to wait up to 30 minutes for that to drop down. We don't want to see anything more than like 0.002.
0.02.
like 25 millivolts or so. So that's 0.025. Okay? We're going to let this sit, and we'll see what it drops down to. I won't make you wait. I'm going to shut it off, and I'll come back.
Okay, before I start the next one, 25 milliamps, not millivolts. Okay?
Still waiting, but another little trick
is hit the min-max button, and it won't shut off on you over that 30-minute time frame. Okay? I'll be back. Okay, so you can see this is still high. All right? So the way we would do this, if we saw this problem there, and who knows, it could be my XM radio that's still plugged in, or my Rode XT or something like that. That's 0.2 of an amp. So to give you an idea of how big that is the same amount. It's actually more than if a license plate light bulb was staying lit up. Right? That's 0.19. Right? So this is what we would do to try to track that down. We would go through the fuse box. Let me put this like this. Right? We'd go through the fuse box and we'd start pulling fuses. We'd go one by one. We could take these big ones. And we watch what happens. Put it back in. Take the next one. Put it back in. Take the next one. Put it back in. Take the next one. Put it back in. Never make a mistake of where it came from. Put it back in. Didn't make a difference. Some of it made it go down, but and then we would go through all the fuses. Start here. Watch. Hey, look at that. Look at that right there. That is a melted fuse. See it? Right there? Let's see what that's for.
That says there's no fuse there. Let's see, we got, wait a second. Three across. That looks like
parking lamp.
it's for a parking lamp.
Alright. That's going to come out another day. I'm going to find it. Right? So what we would do, we would go through each one until we found the one that turned it off. Alright, so I'm not going to continue here, but you get the gist, right? So we would take each individual fuse out until we saw that go away, and that could be the fuse box, inside the vehicle as well, right? So there is something draining the battery in this truck, which makes sense because I just put a battery in because it went dead. So see, I'm teaching you something, and I'm going to fix something on my truck at the same time. Alright, so that's our last thing that we're going to learn today, and I'll upload everything shortly. Okay, I'm actually going to show you something. Not everything, but it's something. So watch the number when I pull this courtesy fuse out. Okay, so you see it drop. It's still too high, but obviously something on that circuit is causing it. And we'll let it sit without that, and we'll see what happens from there. But that's what you're looking for. You're looking for you to pull a fuse, and everything changes. And once you drop it down, it should drop down to almost zero. Okay? So I hope this gives you an idea, and you'll see all this information shortly.